What's going on, everyone? Welcome, Rabid here, and it looks like NiceHash finally has Kaspa ASIC support. That's right, Ice River ASICs now can get paid out in Bitcoin while mining to NiceHash. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about this in the comment section on various Kaspa ASIC miners. So I'm going to actually show you guys how to set this up. We're going to go through two methods here. One is obviously the default dashboard that everyone's pretty much going to use. And if you're using HiveOS, yes, if you saw yesterday's video, Kaspa ASICs are now supported in HiveOS. We're going to go through this process as well. So let's start here. Dear NiceHash miners, we are happy to announce that Ice River ASICs are now compatible with NiceHash. You can now mine KHeavyHash and get paid in Bitcoin. Check the current profitability of Ice River ASICs on NiceHash here. Now, I tried this and it doesn't work. If we go into our actual net profit, obviously the Kaspa ASICs are going to be the best, and they're not. So they're not listed on here. So I don't know why they have that link there. They didn't update it yet, I'm sure. Probably in a day or two or after this video releases, they will have that updated. But right now, the current top ASIC is the Jasminer X16P. The Q is hanging out at about 4th place. Now, both of these are also wrong because we need new firmware, and currently the Jasminers suck. But again, I don't know. I don't have an X16P. Maybe it's tweaked out, but the X16Q is not getting anything that these numbers are showing. So the first thing you are going to need is obviously a NiceHash account. If you do not yet have a NiceHash account or thinking about joining up, I do have a referral link down in the description below. So once you do have an account and you're logged into your actual account, this is your dashboard with no rigs yet connected. Now, NiceHash has two wallet addresses. One is your deposit one here, where we can just go show BTC address, and you can see that this ends in 6GQL, but this is not what you use for mining. Don't get that mixed up. This is if you're sending funds to NiceHash. Here you can see mining address, and this one actually ends for me 63ZH. Obviously yours is going to be different. If you want to mine to this address, feel free and donate some to myself. I'm just kidding, guys, don't do that. But this is your mining address right here. So on the actual blog, it does have the stratum and everything here. So I will have a link to this blog if you want to go through and check it out. But it's pretty simple by simply coming in and go download miner or add ASIC. Just click on that and then go to stratum generator. So now we're going to go down and select KHeavyHash, which is right here. And now it has everything lined up. And you can see it does match the other one. We have KHeavyHash here, .auto NiceHash 9200. And on their blog here, it's the same thing. KHeavyHash, auto NiceHash 9200, same port and everything. So they all match up. The other bonus of just going to the stratum generator here is it has your mining address by default in here. So you just need these things right here to copy across. So you got your normal stratum. This is like your TCP connection. If you like using SSL, obviously use this one right here. And then this is your mining address that you're going to use for your worker to go into your dashboard, and then password, you're going to have an X. All right. So for showcase number one, we're going to use the dashboard of the ASIC itself. So here we have our stratum URL. Again, this is the TCP version. If you want SSL, copy this one, but I'm going to use the TCP. So I'm just going to copy this, go into our ASIC dashboard, get rid of the current stratum we have, paste that in like so, go back to our NiceHash dashboard, and we need our mining address. So I'm going to copy this in and come back into here. Now you can get rid of this completely. I am going to leave the name in so I just don't have to do it later. So we're just going to get rid of everything in front of it and paste that in. If you got rid of everything, that's just fine. All you got to do is add a period and then your worker name. For this example, I'm still going to keep the KS0-1 worker name. And again, we got to change our password to X. I don't know if we need the password or not, but for NiceHash, I always put it and things seem to work. So that's it. Now I'm going to hit the save button here, and it's going to do its thing, and it should begin and swapping over to the KHeavyHash mining pool on NiceHash. All right, so here we can see the KS0 is actually connected to our dashboard in NiceHash. So that's awesome. And remember, I did remove the flight sheet here right afterwards if you were using HiveOS. Now, I'm assuming you're not using HiveOS because you went in and did it through the dashboard. So now we're going to set up our HiveOS dashboard and our flight sheet so that you can run your miners through HiveOS. Okay, so I went back into the stratum generator on NiceHash. Now we're going to jump into our flight sheet. So make sure you are at the current ASIC farm that you normally would be in, Rabid mining ASIC farm. And some of you guys decided that you couldn't actually get it detected in there. I want to do a quick update. So I'm going to go into my ASIC hub here, And if you actually go into your settings here and then software update, you might have to swap over to the testing branch. Once you do that, like example, now let's say I want to go to stable. I'm just going to go back and then into it. Now it'll update and install to the latest stable version. So just click that over to testing here, do something, go back, refresh the screen, install update, and you'll be on the latest testing branch. That's probably why some of you may have been having issues in yesterday's video when you guys couldn't see your Ice River ASICs or something, or saying incompatible device. So that's how you will be able to make sure that it will detect in HiveOS. So ignore the red thing here because I did remove my flight sheet. It's just telling me that my pool list and stuff is now empty. That's just fine. We're coming back in because we manually overrode it through the dashboard itself. So now we're going to come into our flight sheets here. Make sure you are in the proper one. I want to go back and make sure, because if you're in the wrong one, say I'm in my GPU ASIC farm here and I make a flight sheet here, you won't see it over here. So make sure you are in that proper farm where your ASICs are located. So we're going to go to flight sheets in here. Now we're going to pick Bitcoin because we're getting paid out in Bitcoin. This is NiceHash, and then select your NiceHash wallet. If you don't yet have a NiceHash wallet in HiveOS, simply add wallet here. It's already defaulted to Bitcoin. Go back into NiceHash, copy over your wallet address like so, come into your flight sheet, paste that in there, name it whatever you want, and then hit create. That will now allow your wallet to be imported there, and then once you hit the drop down, that new wallet will show up here. Next, we're going to go to pool. NiceHash is obviously not defaulted here because it's brand new, so we're going to have to configure that in the miner by scrolling all the way down, and then for our miner, we need ASIC miner. So now we're going to rename this flight sheet to Kaspa. Actually, we're going to go Kaspa ASICs, and then NiceHash is what I'm going to call it. So Kaspa ASICs NiceHash. Now we're going to set up the miner config. Pretty simple process. Click over the little I here for information, and then click on wallet.worker name. Here's where we need to add our pool URL. So we're going to come back into NiceHash. Again, use Stratum. This is the TCP up top. Or if you want secure SSL, copy this one. I'm going to go with the TCP again. Come back into flight sheets. Paste that in. Password, we're going to go with an X. That is it. Everything should be set up. So we're going to apply those changes and create that flight sheet. Let that reset here. We're going to go into our worker, pick KS02, and then we're going to implement that flight sheet and send it to the moon. So let's just see where exactly that is. Right here, it should be right at the top. Kaspa ASICs NiceHash. Send the rocket ship to the moon. This will now swap the flight sheet over, and it should begin taking over anything we have in the dashboard and point this towards NiceHash at this point. Okay, so it did take about 3 or 4 minutes, and it looks like our second rig is now detected, and our first rig is starting to begin gaining a little bit of BTC here, as well as we can start to see some actual profitability. So it looks like it's guessing about $6.75 for the single rig. The second rig is still kind of spooling up here. If we come back into HiveOS and hit that refresh button, what's it say here? Miner 2, miner return failure. I don't know what happened there, but you know, it's working. Remember, we're still kind of early testing on this, but it's doing its thing. And here the flight sheet is removed. So I'm probably just going to add this flight sheet in. It'll override what we did in the dashboard, and then I have both rigs back on NiceHash and both running through HiveOS again. So that's an option, but you can see I did do it both ways, and we are both detected in HiveOS. So I'm going to let it run for 10-15 minutes or something, and we'll come back and kind of look what our hash rate's looking like, possible profitability, and if we're getting like any rejected shares or not. All right, so it has been about 10-15 minutes or so. Things are kind of picking up, and we can see they're pretty close to the same profitability depending on shares found and so on. We're sitting around $13.66. I'll do a refresh here. Still at that. It was slightly at about $14, but look at the yields. 0.0004723, 0.0047. Now we're gonna have to wait for like a full 24 hours. Maybe in the future I'll test that to see how much we're actually gonna get. You know, network conditions are changing dramatically as the hash rate increases. But if we look at Mine the ASIC, which shows you your yields, and we look at a popular miner this year, which is the S19J Pro Plus, wherever that is. This is the Hydra version. We don't want the Hydra version. Right here, S19J Pro Plus. This is getting about 0.000297 at over 3,000 watts. So we're getting more with these Kaspa ASICs right now than a solid Bitcoin miner. And we're only using about 142 watts. Each one of these use about 71 watts each. So That's crazy. You know, we're making a lot more and we're doing it a lot more efficiently than a straight up popular Bitcoin miner on NiceHash. So we are seeing some rejected shares here, 2.63%, not too much, but that's still, you know, a decent amount of, I guess, rejected shares. In theory, you want 0, but I guess there isn't really much we can do there. How about as for the other one, it's sitting at 4.2% rejected. So there's probably some more tweaking to do, maybe some firmware, maybe some stratum adjustments on NiceHash's part. But having the ability to now actually use NiceHash on these Kaspa ASICs is a pretty big deal for some of you, because I know you guys have been asking about it for quite some time now. All right, guys, so hopefully that does help you out. I did take my ASICs and put them back on Kaspa Pool because I feel long term in the next bull run, sure, Bitcoin will get probably around 4 to 5x of a gain, but Kaspa does have potential to go, you know, maybe 10x, 15, 20x. We don't really know, but there's more potential for potential gains. Again, it's all a gamble. BTC is the safest crypto to hold, but who knows how it's all going to play out. Anyway, guys, if this video helped you out in any way, let me know down in the comment section. If you're still looking for signing up for NiceHash, there is that referral link down in the description. I'll see you all in the next one. Rabid out.